Hello, viewers. I'm excited to see you all again. I hope you also are to see me again. Right. So we are live on Simbet TV, and today is another edition on the Christian perspective. Christian perspective. Okay, we are going to continue from the last editions that we have had. But before that, I would like to acknowledge some of our sponsors. My hair, as you can see me, is by Glorious Wake. Glorious Wake. She's just around in Crawford Junction, and all her social media handles and contact numbers are displayed on our screens. Yes, also my makeup is by Jamie's Bridal. Jamie's Bridal is into makeup training, and she runs a school for young people, anyone who is interested in learning how to do makeup. And then my beautiful green dress is by Sandy Stylish Collection. Sandy Stylish Collection. And she's at Fijai Junction. Fijai Junction. Her social media handles and contact numbers are also displayed. You can get in touch with her and get some beautiful collections for yourself. And then going back to Jamie's, she's just around BU Junction. Jamie's Bridal is around BU Junction. All right. So, my name is Esther Claire Atun. You just call me S. Claire. We'll be right back on Simbet TV as we continue with Christian perspective. See you soon. Welcome back, viewers. We are live on Simbet TV, and it's Christian perspective. Christian perspective. I already told you that. Looking back from previous editions of our discussions on Christian perspective, the main or broad topic has been, should a Christian marry an unbeliever, or should a Christian marry from outside the church? We have looked at the different angles of this topic, and we have delved into so many points. I always have with me the experts, Mr. and Mrs. Johnson. They are a couple, and they run an NGO. That's the Total Women's Christian Foundation. Total Women's Christian Foundation. It's just around the Efia Kwesimiti Municipal Assembly premises. Mrs. Johnson, Mrs. Veronica Johnson, is the founder of this foundation, and Mr. Johnson is the co-founder. Well, she also doubles as the director of the Total Woman Christian Foundation. And I'm glad to have them here today too. So we continue from our previous editions. The topics may I discuss or draw soon. So I'll give the chance to Mrs. Veronica Johnson to take us through from the latter part where we left off from last week, and then we'll start sailing through the rest of them. You're welcome, Mr. and Mrs. Johnson. Good to see you at the studios again.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Well,
I'm feeling okay. What about you?
Oh, we are also feeling good.
Great. Wonderful.
Yes.
Okay. So, any discussions, why very extensive, and any viewers, have come up with a lot of comments. I'm asking to hear more, to learn more. But answer na yebeko into what you have for us today. Yen just a recap of the last few statements from the previous time.
All right. Thanks, Esther.
You're welcome.
Okay, I'm there. We've been looking at marriage. Marriage is something that everybody desires to enter. Enyin edu baby na warembeya. It's like, hey, I'm a maya market. So it's something that we all seek and desire to enter. We have come to realize also that people now enter marriage very fast and come out very fast. Very quickly, because they cannot stand the stresses and the tensions of marriage. And there are various reasons why it is so. So I think we've looked at the challenges where a Christian gets married to a non-Christian. or an unbeliever. We looked at the pros and the cons. And then last week we were talking about the fact that a Christian can still make a mistake getting married to a believer. Yes, then we looked at why it is possible. And we mentioned that sometimes spiritual maturity levels may be different drastically. At other times, different callings and life visions. If my vision in life, my calling in life is different from my spouse's, definitely we cannot agree and work together. Again, sometimes some people have emotional wounds from the past that they have not dealt with. So they carry those baggage into the new relationship and into marriage, thinking that that new relationship will bring healing to them. But if they've not been able to deal with it before entering the relationship, it's going to affect the relationship. Yes, both of them. And then sometimes pressure and wrong timing. Wrong timing. Well, you might have met the right person, not the wrong person. And then you would want to get married immediately. But sometimes ask yourself, are you prepared? Do you have all that it takes to get into that commitment? So you will have to investigate, both of you should talk and know that no, it's okay for us to, yes, it's okay for us to go in, or no, we will have to wait and then prepare ourselves better, get everything, most of the things, necessities that we need as a couple in our home before we get into it. So sometimes the person may be the right person, but the wrong timing can also make the marriage quite challenging. So the timing is important. And then pressure. Sometimes the pressure of, oh, I'm getting too old. Parents are asking, when are you getting married? Sometimes, see, Charlie, I can't stand this temptation. The sexual urge has become so strong. Let me get married and then just get over with it. Yes, so sometimes some of these pressures can also make you enter into the wrong marriages with the wrong person, even though the person might be a Christian. And then sometimes there are red flags. Red flags. So the person might be a Christian, but there may be things in the person's life, the character traits, if I should put it that way, character traits that you cannot stand. God might reveal laziness is part, anger is part, lack of accountability, yes, and then emotional manipulation is also part of some of the red flags that you can see. So when we see those red flags, we shouldn't gloss over them. Yes, we shouldn't gloss over them. And then I think we came back to part 2. We started and we looked at how can a believer know if this is the right choice. Is it possible? And we said yes, it is possible. Once you are a Christian and you have the Holy Spirit living in you and you are seeking divine direction, it is possible. But prayer is key. And then having peace in your spirit is also key to you being able to tell whether you are in the right relationship or not. So prayer is very, very key. Yeah. So that's
Thank you very much, Mrs. Johnson. So in this edition, what are we going to discuss?
Yeah. So we are still looking at how we can tell if we are in the right relationship.
Okay, we are going to
we are going to continue with that part.
The same.
Okay. And then see, look at the questions, the common questions people ask.
Okay.
When they are in relationships.
I have plenty of them.
All right. All right. So that's what we are going to look at today. Okay. Continue where we got to last week.
Okay.
Yes.
We'll be glad that you share that with us together with Mr. Johnson. Right. So I'll be preparing my questions as you go ahead with the points.
All right.
From where we left off.
All right. So the first point we mentioned was that prayer and peace is very important. And then we are saying that agreement in vision, values, and convictions. Because you must agree, do we believe the same things? I'm coming from a different background. My husband, the guy I'm relating to also comes from a different background? Do we agree in a lot of issues where childbearing is, where discipline is, when children come in? I mean, our likes and dislikes, our values, our goals, are they aligned, properly aligned, or we have a lot of disagreements in some of those areas? If you have disagreements in some of those areas, then it's going to be a bit of a challenge. We'll have to really work at it to make sure that things work out. And then the other point is spiritual and emotional maturity.
Spiritual
and emotional maturity. Somebody might be young, but that person might be very mature. When we come to maturity, if you are talking about Christian maturity, then we are looking at the fact that somebody is a Christian and the person is growing in the Lord. Some people become Christians and they forsake the disciplines of the Christian life.
Okay.
Praying, reading the Word of God, fellowshipping together, working in church for God. All these things are Christian disciplines. So you find out, you ask yourself, spiritually, are we on the same wavelength? Okay. And if we are not on the same wavelength, are we ready to, work at it, to come to the same level, to grow together, and fulfill the purpose that God has for our lives? This is also one very important thing. And then emotional maturity.
But before you go to the emotional maturity, how do we measure the spiritual maturity?
Yes, you can measure. You can measure the spiritual maturity as you relate. You visit the person. Anytime you are talking, you listen to how the person talks, whether the person is, passionate about the Lord Jesus Christ.
Okay.
If the person is passionate about the Word of God, you realize that the person does not play or joke with his or her Bible reading.
But they don't need to be
her prayer time.
They don't have to be pastors.
No, they don't have to be.
Okay.
They don't have to be. So once
you mentioned passionate about.
Yes.
In their speeches, it's as if they are preaching, or that's kind. We have certain people have this. We have tagged a certain way of speaking as being spiritual.
No.
Yeah. So if we don't hear them in that manner, it might be a red flag that, okay, they are not real Christians after all. That's not.
No, that's not it. So looking at the spiritual maturity is looking at the person, how the person handles situations. The person's Christian life is consistent. The person doesn't pretend to be reading the Bible, but naturally you see that it flows from within. Okay. His Christian virtues flow from within. And then we have emotional maturity. How does the person handle offenses? Sometimes the person might, something happens between the two of you, and the person holds on to that grudge, that offense, and never wants to let go. The person always goes back to refer to that offense. Year after year. So emotional maturity, how does the person handle offense? How does the person submit to authority? How does the person serve in church? Yes. And how does the person speak about others? Is he always judging? Is he always condemning people? Is he always gossiping, saying things about other people? Or the person is always making excuses and giving people the benefit of the doubt, and so on. As you watch the person, you realize whether the person has a critical spirit or is able to, embrace people who come around him or her. And then tough times will always come. Have you gone through tough times with that person before? How did the person handle those? Yes. How did the person handle some of those tough times? Did the person handle it right? Or during the tough time, the person was breaking under the load? This is something that is also important that we must look up to.
Someone must stand up to the task. So if the other party is able to do that, maybe I can relax. Does that mean I am not, I mean, just with
Up
that
to that.
point
No, we
in
have
particular?
different emotional abilities. I mean, so the way I may handle tough times is not the same that you will handle those tough times. But at least you will know that, when difficult times come, this person will leave me.
Okay.
When difficult times come, this person, no, I don't think we can handle such.
It's able to me as a materialism
Materialism, you are not but about baby, no, sikasama yezen. So maybe you started out the relationship on a good note. The person was buying things for you, the person was providing, showering you with gifts and things. And then suddenly something comes up and the person is not able to do that anymore. Maybe the person has a vehicle, the person now doesn't have the vehicle anymore because of something that might have happened, an accident was taken away. How are you going to handle that situation?
Okay.
So there are situations that come that you realize that it's not the normal that has been in our relationship together. How are you going to handle it?
Okay. Usually it's the women na the water the asam sipena weja beyin ho. Asam be ya no weja beyin ho ko. But on shada until them from being fun Mr. Johnson.
For both parties, it's about the same, but
Okay.
oftentimes it's on the side of women.
The women.
But we always have to understand the woman, the emotions and, the makeup of the woman.
Okay.
If you really understand the makeup of the woman, then you will understand why some of these things happen.
You run away often.
But all the same, we are also looking at that from the beginning, like as we've been talking about, from the beginning, what did you see before you went into the marriage? Because you must have it in mind that tough times will come. You can't have it all rosy
all
throughout
the time.
life.
Yes.
Tough times will come. But some of the tough times might be so challenging that, in fact, that is what will actually test who you are.
Okay. Okay.
That's it.
So we just look forward to tough times that will be able to help us determine who our partner is, their true personality. Or
Yes.
okay. By then it's not too later.
So now,
The point is that you must have it in mind that tough times will come.
Okay.
As you enter into the relationship or into the marriage, you must understand that these are things that are inevitable. So you should brace yourself before you get in.
Okay. Okay.
It might happen that during the courtship, time, nothing like that happened. But it doesn't also mean that it will be like that till, Christ comes.
Okay.
So you brace yourself and then just psych yourself that, look, when tough times comes, what will I do? These are questions you must ask yourself.
Okay. When tough times come,
What will you do?
It's on
Will you run away?
I
Will you
was about
stay?
to say escape route. So you have to brace yourself
Yes.
for it, no matter
Yes.
what it may be. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Johnson.
When we stand before the man of God and we are reciting our vows and we say, for better, for worse, for richer, for poorer,
For better, for worse.
for better, for best.
Yes.
But you must understand
For richer,
that.
for richer.
Yes, for richer, for
Did they say that?
Yes.
Oh, yes, yes.
Yes, it's
Yes.
so
I
common
see.
these days.
In sickness, one kind of sickness, in health, and in radiant health.
Yes.
You see, but these
better,
challenges
for
in
best.
life will come.
Inevitable.
It may be in one area or the other. So if we understand that these times will come, then we must be ready to brace ourselves to how do I even put it? Brace ourselves to take on the challenge and walk through it with our partner. All right. Now, sometimes because the two people in the relationship are engrossed emotionally, or their emotions are high up, it takes somebody on the outside sometimes to be able to see the red flags.
Okay.
Yes, so sometimes godly counsel and community approval is also important. We don't have to rule that out. We have spiritual leaders, your pastors are there, your parents, especially if they are Christian parents, they are there ready to help. So let them see, get to know the person. And from afar, observe the person to know if that person is somebody, who is pretending, if that person is real. Because sometimes what you don't see, people on the outside will see. And they will prompt you. Yes, so to be able to tell, sometimes don't depend on only your own judgment. Let other people who are your mentors, pastors, older people, people who stay around the person's community and things, you don't necessarily have to go and ask questions about the person. But by all means, somebody might prompt you if the person is pretending. Yes, or is not being who he or she says she is.
Okay.
And then the other thing is timing.
Timing.
There's this song they used to sing, Time Will Tell. Time will tell. And you must always give your relationship the test of time. Okay. It's very, very, very important. Give it the test of time. Don't rush. Take time to observe. Is the person consistent? If you're not, is the person consistent? The same. The temperaments, the same. In the temperament, another time, I am so soft-spoken. These are things that we must look out for. Is the person consistent in the way he behaves? Are they who they say they really are? So as you give the person the test of time, you'll be observing. You see, so before you enter into the relationship or you commit fully to the relationship, it is when you become friends before committing yourself to the relationship that will help you to know who the person really is. Okay. If you start on the note of love, I love you, or I also love you, within 1 week of meeting, 2 weeks of meeting, you already are in love. You see, when that happens, it's difficult for you to really get to know the other person well. So it's very, very important. And then you also look out for whether purity is respected. We are talking about Christians here.
Yes.
Two Christians coming together in a relationship, preparing to get married. Get to know whether the person has boundaries or the person respects your boundary where purity is. If the person doesn't respect that one and is always putting sexual pressure on you, then you must know that, no, this is a red flag. These are some of the ways you should know, unless you yourself are also not correct. And then you compromise, to just mess up. And then the person must respect your no. I said no, this one. But if the person is so coercing you to accept and agree to what he wants you to do, then you must know that no. So if the person doesn't respect your no, know that no. Let me look at this relationship again. Again, is the person, since you met the person in your relationship, is the person leading you towards the Lord, helping you build your relationship with the Lord, encouraging you to grow in your relationship with the Lord, or that person in your life is rather making you backslide? Is the person making you pull away from God and the things of God? Is the person making you keep secrets from your family and trying to get you away from friends and family in the guise of protection? Oh, no, I'm protecting you. It's for your own good. That's why I'm doing this. This person is not good. It's not everything that you must tell your parents. It's not everything that you must tell your pastor. And so this one, why should you go and tell your pastor this? The person is trying to coerce you to keep certain important information from your family and mentors. If the person starts doing that,
That's in a relationship.
in the relationship.
Not marriage.
Yes, so we are
Because
looking at the
yet
fact
I've
that
seen often there, as somebody, you don't just go out talking to a third party. You should always try to solve it from at one level between the two of
yeah,
you.
when you
But
are
that's
married.
marriage.
When you are married.
When you are already married.
And when you are
okay.
not married, you would dance maybe in Koye. Even when you are married, Nanza maybe in Koye, Ebia, O mame, O parents, close relatives, when you one. Look for a counselor, a Christian counselor, or Tinza maybe ask, and then talk to the person. But we are looking at taking caution so that you don't get into marriage with the wrong person, even if the person is a Christian. That's what we are looking at now. Into no any unkasha relationship no more.
So that point is really,
That point
really
is really,
important
yes, it's very,
for
very
marriage.
important.
Okay.
We must watch it. If you don't watch it, and then is the person helping you grow in Christ? Remember that relationships are journeys. And you now I share that the ultimate is going to heaven. The ultimate for every believer is going to heaven. It's talking to the person, relating to the person. Do you see the person as somebody who will lead you so that together you will all end up in heaven? Or is the person leading you in a way that at the end of the day you realize that I bet you Christian life? No. So when you observe all these things, then you take caution. So if we want to summarize what we have learned today before we come to our questions, we have learned that not all born-again Christians are suitable marriage partners.
Okay, but can you repeat that point?
Not all born-again Christians are suitable marriage partners.
Okay.
Because that person may not be suitable for you, but may be suitable for another person.
Okay.
And then the implication here is that you must still pray, observe the person, and seek counsel. Okay. And then emotional love is not enough. A lot of people are carried away and enter into marriage based on emotional love. It is not enough. As for emotional love, it will always go down. It will dwindle, and you come back to reality. To be able to sustain emotional love, there's a lot of work that needs to be done. But understand that it will not remain the same. The level of emotional love that was there before you got married, it will never be the same. The real time of reality will come. Okay. So be prepared for that time of reality.
Wow.
Yes. And so the person must be mature, aligned, and respectful. If the person is that, even if the emotional love fades, that person is well aligned to you, you are going the same way, the person respects you, the person, is mature. When there is maturity, then when emotional love is going down, these things are the strengths that will be able to sustain the marriage relationship.
All right.
And then God is not confused though. If there is consistent confusion in the marriage, God is not a God of confusion. If He's present in the marriage and there's always confusion, then you must know that no. So, there's something wrong. So when there's consistent confusion and fear, stop and watch it. Okay. Debia we share what Hamansan our part. Okay. Yes, anytime you come together, there is serious disagreement. You see, and sometimes even when you are coming together, you are afraid. When the person comes around, you are afraid that you might offend the person. There is always this lurking fear somewhere inside of you. No, if that happens, it's not helpful. It's not helpful. Yes. And then do not ignore the red flags.
Okay. They hammer hot the case.
Don't look out for potential and marry potential. Marry fruit, proven character. The fruit of the Spirit. Look out for the fruit of the Spirit in that person's life. Don't look, hey, this person there, hey, he's hardworking. You'll be able to do this for me. We'll be able to do this together. Oh, as for him, as for this lady, the way she is, she's like that. No. Don't look out for potential. Look out for fruit.
Okay.
Fruit of the Spirit. And that is what is going to carry. If that person says he's a Christian and the fruit of the Spirit is lacking in the person's life, that is the first major red flag.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what the Bible mentions about the fruits of the Spirit, so about 8 to 10 different traits. So now we are advised to understand people because we are still in the journey of life and it will get better. So if we are not seeing them in this light today, tomorrow is for sure. And
Honestly, when it comes to relationships, there are certain things that will not change
okay.
because character is something that you formed from childhood. And now that you are 25, 28, and seeking to get married, then you just because you want to get married, you change these characters to whatever, all in a day or two. It's something that you grew up with. How do you change it? Except the Spirit of God. So, for character, it doesn't change easily.
Okay.
So when you see the red flags, you consider them.
Okay.
You consider them, and then when, especially take for instance, somebody who has anger issues, it will take the Spirit of God to change that person.
Okay.
And if that person is not somebody who is Spirit-led, that I want to change, don't ever think that when you get married, you'll be able to manage it.
Okay, it's
You
not
can't manage it. And so, maybe after prayer, seeking God, you, depending on what God tells you, you will want to opt out. Because anger issues, these are, at least you've heard it. People who kill their wives, and it all has to do with anger. So there are certain traits, you can't manage it and you can't change it except the Spirit of God. You see, so when you see those flags, you can just pray about it and see what God will tell you. But I can tell you that that place is a no-go area.
Okay, that place is a no-go area.
So
Thank
it's
you very
time.
much.
It's the test of time.
Okay.
Yes.
It
give
is
it
when
time.
you give the relationship time that you'll be able to observe this. It will rear its head up in one way or the other.
Okay.
So don't rush. Don't rush. Take your time and then observe. And by all means, you come to know.
Wonderful. But you really any point now before
No,
we.
yeah. But let me give a final word and
Uh-huh,
advice to
before.
singles.
Okay.
Yes. Don't marry someone just because they are saved.
Okay.
Yes.
That's to mean because
They are born again Christians.
Christians.
Oh, this person is born again Christian, so the person is okay. No. Marry someone because they are right for your purpose.
Okay. Don't marry someone just because
They are saved. Marry them because They are right for your purpose, for your future and your eternity.
Okay, that's powerful.
Purpose, future,
Future,
and eternity.
eternity.
Yes. Ask not just, is he born again? Don't just ask that. Most of us parents, hey, no, you are born again. Oh, mommy, you're born again. Okay, chapel. Oh, your day. Oh, your usher was chapel. Oh, to you about drums. Oh, your day. No. Ask yourself, can he lead me spiritually? If the person is a guy, you, the lady, ask, can he lead me spiritually? Can she walk with me in purpose? Can we build a godly family and legacy together? These are questions that are important that we ask. So purpose, they don't even know God's purpose for their lives. The reason why they are here in this world, where they want to go, their goals, their values, they don't even know. So how will they go out looking out for the other person's own?
It's a big question.
Yes, so you work on yourself. Pray, ask God to show you his purpose for your life. Once you have found your purpose, when somebody else is coming into your life, then you match up and see whether both of you, your purpose and the person's purpose align.
Before any serious thing
yes,
can exist between
yes.
the two of you. You, wonderful. Thank you very much, Mr. and Mrs. Johnson. Okay, so we are still on Simbe TV and we are discussing some salient topics on why a Christian should marry an unbeliever. The subtopic has been that is it going to be right, or is it possible for two believers to find themselves in a wrong relationship, whether they are good for each other, even though they are saved? Okay, and discuss a lot about what will help single people whilst they are in relationship before they launch into marriage. Okay, so I'll take this just a few seconds to acknowledge my sponsors. My hair is by Glorious Wig, and Glorious Wig is just around in Crawford Junction. She's into wig making and training, wig training, so you can make wig up for another person. She does that. She serves a lot of other hair services. You can always contact her, and her details are displayed on the screen. My makeup is by Jamie's Bridal. Jamie's Bridal, as always. She also runs a training school. Aside everything beauty and lifestyle or personal care, she runs a training school for young people. Oh well, even if you are older than being young, you can still get her to train you on how to make makeup and other beauty treatments. Right, my dress is also from Sandy Style Collection. Sandy Style Collection. You're watching us live on Simbe TV and our socials, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. You can get to watch or listen to us. We'll take a quick break and then we'll join you soon.